All right, folks, here we are again. Make sure all the settings are right. Yep, everything looks good. So we are here with Genesis 4. As you can tell, it's going to be, I think, 60 days before I can do another, 90 days? Whatever. I'm sure I'll have another strike by then because the sodomites, they don't like being talked about. But anyway, we're going to do Genesis 4. And, of course, in Genesis 4, it doesn't take long for man to learn how to kill. I mean, by the 4th chapter, we're killing. So this is the Cain and Abel story. Of course, in chapter 5, there's a little secret that hardly ever hear preached, but we'll get to that later. Let's start with the King James Version here.
Genesis chapter 4. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said,
I have gotten a man from the Lord.
And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain,
Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
And Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain,
Where is Abel thy brother?
And he said,
I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?
And he said,
What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
And Cain said unto the Lord,
My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me.
And the Lord said unto him,
Therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and bare Enoch. And he builded a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. And unto Enoch was born Irad. And Irad begat Mehujael. And Mehujael begat Methusael. And Methusael begat Lamech. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of the one was Adah, and the name of the other Zillah. And Adah bare Jabal. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handle the harp and organ. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives Adah and Zillah,
Hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech. For I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold.
And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth.
For God
Said she,
hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew.
And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord.
All right, King James. So now we know Adam and Eve had 3 sons. We're going to have a surprise in the next chapter for you. Okay, let me find the NIV version. This is the NIV Listener's Bible.
To Cain, Genesis 4.
Start this again.
Adam made love to his wife Eve, and she became pregnant and gave birth to Cain. She said, "With the help of the Lord I have brought forth a man." Later she gave birth to his brother Abel. Now Abel kept flocks, and Cain worked the soil. In the course of time, Cain brought some of the fruits of the soil as an offering to the Lord. And Abel also brought an offering, fat portions from some of the firstborn of his flock. The Lord looked with favor on Abel and his offering, but on Cain and his offering he did not look with favor. So Cain was very angry, and his face was downcast. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it." Now Cain said to his brother Abel, "Let's go out to the field." While they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" "I don't know," he replied. "Am I my brother's keeper?" The Lord said, "What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are under a curse and driven from the ground, which opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you work the ground, it will no longer yield its crops for you. You will be a restless wanderer on the earth." Cain said to the Lord, "My punishment is more than I can bear. Today you are driving me from the land, and I will be hidden from your presence. I will be a restless wanderer on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me." But the Lord said to him, "Not so. Anyone who kills Cain will suffer vengeance 7 times over." Then the Lord put a mark on Cain so that no one who found him would kill him. So Cain went out from the Lord's presence and lived in the land of Nod, east of Eden. Cain made love to his wife, and she became pregnant and gave birth to Enoch. Cain was then building a city, and he named it after his son Enoch. To Enoch was born Irad, and Irad was the father of Mehujael, and Mehujael was the father of Methushael, and Methushael was the father of Lamech. Lamech married 2 women, one named Adah and the other Zillah. Adah gave birth to Jabal. He was the father of those who live in tents and raise livestock. His brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all who play stringed instruments and pipes. Zillah also had a son, Tubal-Cain, who forged all kinds of tools out of bronze and iron. Tubal-Cain's sister was Naamah. Lamech said to his wives, Adah and Zillah, "Listen to me. Wives of Lamech, hear my words. I have killed a man for wounding me, a young man for injuring me. If Cain is avenged 7 times, then Lamech 77 times. Adam made love to his wife again, and she gave birth to a son and named him Seth, saying, "God has granted me another child in place of Abel, since Cain killed him." Seth also had a son, and he named him Enosh. At that time, people began to call on the name of the Lord. Genesis 4.
There we go.
Adam.
So, right at the end of this chapter, when people started calling on the name of the Lord, started praying. I guess up until man made a mess of things, the Lord used to walk amongst us. Well, we messed that one up. So let's go ahead to the revised or the restored name version of the Bible.
Bereshit chapter 4. And Adam knew Chava, his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain, and said, I have gained a man, Yahweh. And again she gave birth to his brother Hevel, and Hevel became a keeper of sheep, but Cain became a tiller of the ground. And it came to be in the course of time that Cain brought an offering of the fruit of the ground to Yahweh, and Hevel also brought of the firstborn of his flock, and of their fat. And Yahweh looked to Hevel and his offering, but he did not look to Cain and his offering. And Cain was very wroth, and his face fell. And Yahweh said to Cain, Why is he wroth towards you? And why is your face fallen? Is it not, if you do good, you are to be accepted? And if you do not do good, towards the door is a sin? He is lying, and towards you is his desire, and you must rule over him. And Cain told Hevel his brother. And it came to be, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Hevel his brother, and killed him. And Yahweh said to Cain, Where is Hevel your brother? And he said, I do not know. Am I my brother's God? And he said, What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. And now you are cursed from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. If you till the ground, it shall no longer yield its strength to you. You shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth. And Cain said to Yahweh, My punishment is too great to bear. See, you have driven me from the face of the ground today, and I am hidden from your face. I shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth, and it shall be that anyone who finds me kills me. And Yahweh said to him, Well, if anyone kills Cain, vengeance is taken on him sevenfold. And Yahweh set up a sign for Cain, lest anyone finding him strikes him. So Cain went out from the presence of Yahweh and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Chanoch. And he built a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son, Chanoch. And to Chanoch was born Irad, and Irad brought forth Mehujael, and Mehujael brought forth Methusael, and Methusael brought forth Lemech. And Lemech took for himself 2 wives. The name of one was Adah, and the name of the second was Tzillah. And Adah bore Yaval. He was the father of those who dwell in tents with livestock. And his brother's name was Yuval. He was the father of all those who play the lyre and flute. As for Tzillah, she also bore Tuval Cain, a smith of all kinds of tools in bronze and iron. And the sister of Tuval Cain was Naamah. And Lemech said to his wives, Adah and Tzillah, Hear my voice, wives of Lemech, listen to my words. For I have killed a man for wounding me, even a young man for hurting me. For Cain is avenged sevenfold, and Lemech 77-fold. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bore a son, and called his name Sheth. For Elohim has appointed me another seed instead of Hevel, because Cain had killed him. And to Sheth, to him also a son was born, and he called his name Enosh. Then it was begun to call on the name of Yahweh.
Well, I'm not sure about this revised name version. It's getting to be almost like learning a second language. I guess it's not bad. Not a bad thing to learn. But as you see, Cain, he's having children, and his children are having children, and all this goes on, and then toward the end of the chapter, Adam decides, well, we're going to have another, and they has another son. Remember that word, another son, because things get deeper in chapter 5. But let's finish up chapter 4. So just kind of keep that in mind. Man messes everything up. Jealousy, basically what it was. Cain was jealous of Abel. Maybe he should have threw some different veggies on the grill, maybe some beans and rice instead of cabbage and broccoli, According to this right here, God likes the smell of a barbecue better than cooking broccoli. So most people like a good barbecue. So anyway, y'all heard all three versions of it there. What do y'all think? Y'all think the different? I think there was a pretty good bit of difference in the King James and the NIV. On that one, the NIV, instead of laying with, said made love. So either way, they produced offspring, of which the Sodomites cannot do. So anyway, let's go ahead and end up here, and then I am going to work on chapter 5.